Oh, I forgot something.
I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah.
Hello,
Got
everyone,
you for the watch together.
Hello, everyone.
and welcome back to the most recent
Hell.
session of Crown of the Tyrant Queen.
The most what?
Hell is also
How is it
accurate.
gonna be? Okay, hold up. You say most recent session. What if they're watching VOD?
That's a good point. Most
Well,
recent
too late,
session.
we're already committed.
Most recent session as of October 21st. How's that?
Better.
I was about to say the exact same fucking thing.
Same brain cell. That's just how this friend group rolls.
Same brain
well.
cell, just too slow.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm fat. It's to be expected. I'm slow.
Come on, step it up.
Only while going uphill. Downhill, you're faster.
You'd be surprised. You have to take when you're going down a hill and you're big, dude. You have to look down and be careful when you place.
You just gotta commit.
I mean that's one way of going.
Or you're rolling. But it hurts. Rolling hurts.
Yeah, but
I
it's
tell
faster.
you, rolling it hurts.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you hit someone else, then they can hurt with you. Like a child.
It's a very sadist way of thinking about it, but okay.
I have arrived.
Have you met children? I'm pretty sure a lot of them deserve it.
What did I just come back to?
Don't worry about it. Anyways, shall we get into it?
All right. Well, you guys can have like a talk because I'm just kind of trying to put myself in the right headspace to do this. Give me a second. Fucking hell.
What the fuck you mean you're not in the right headspace?
Good talk, everyone.
I'm doing my best.
She says that she's still trying to join the session.
Alright, so I know that we've been starting sessions on a cold open recently, but anyone wants to go over what happened last session?
No.
Just while I'm trying to
Just no.
If we don't have something written, it's fine. Just kind of throw it off the dome.
Let's see here.
Cookies.
It's a good reminder for me to get my notes out anyways.
Actually, we do have something written down from last session.
All
I
right.
don't want the cookies. We need them for the bear.
Cookies.
Yep. Gil sure was just kind of fed up with the bullshit from last session. That is a thing that happened.
That's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess.
Hey-oh.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh.
But yeah, last session we basically started discussing future plans involving how to prepare properly for the coming siege. At which point we started going over some of our backstories, and Herrick's connection with one of the people in the siege got brought up. At which point we realized the opportunity and started planning to converse with them, bringing a bribe of cookies for their bear as we made our way out to meet them in private. At which point we discussed various different topics, mostly Herrick just kind of catching up and figuring out how bad the indoctrination has been for this person ever since they left. And at the end of it all, we learned that the siege is probably gonna be fine during the Black Moon because they have an ancient black dragon that they're going to be using to protect themselves from the effects of the Black Moon. So, we immediately called for reinforcements as soon as we got back, and Diamond is going to be sending us some adult dragons, I think. I think it was adult dragons.
I believe
Yeah.
they were brass. Did I say adult brass?
Or copper or brass?
I don't remember
Coppers.
what color.
Yeah, no.
I just
Adult
remember that there
coppers
was
because
two.
coppers are resistant to acid.
That's
So
smart.
the black
Yep,
dragon's
that would-
gonna have a
that would
harder
make
time.
sense.
So yeah, we've got reinforcements on the way, so that's good. We still don't know exactly what night the or when exactly
Yeah,
the
it's
Black Moon is
either-
coming, but
It's either the
coming.
night of the current day we're on, or it's the next day.
It
Don't know
sure
which
is
one.
fucking coming. So yeah, everything is fine. Don't worry, guys. This isn't gonna be a repeat of Bismuth, I promise.
No, it's not a repeat of his.
No, I think it's gonna be worse than Bismuth. Bismuth
Alright,
didn't have a
so-
black moon.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, all right. I'm going to try to find a better. Leisure. Seeking refuge. There we go. We're gonna have this be the thing. So we're gonna do this a bit in a certain way that's different than regular sessions. So first off, I'd like to know, what do you do in preparation for the Black Moon? Like personally, is there anything your character would like to do? If all you want to do is I want to wait and figure out where the bunkers are and stuff, that's good. But do you want to do anything considering your last experience with the Black Moon?
Personally, Herrick's gonna be extremely restless, like pacing back and forth, constantly checking his weapons, doing a prayer here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was on edge, like, before we went out and talked to Zia9, but he's been on even more edge since that
Okay.
conversation.
Yeah. Sarah, is there anything you want to do in planning for the Black Moon?
Oh, Sai's just
Sarah's
straight up
muted
deafened
and
at the moment.
deafened.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's go with Gil then for now. Or do we want to wait since Sai is deafened, aka not hearing anything that's happening right now? There something's probably happening right now. So we want them to come wait for them. You know what? We just started. I'm gonna let you all think.
Oh, she's undeafened. She's undeafened.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm definitely.
Sorry, I had
What-
to do something.
What I was gonna say is, I was going to give you like a few minutes to think of what your character would like to do before the Black Moon. But does anyone need a few minutes to come up with something? I don't want to put you on the spot too much. I probably should have sent you a message going like, "Hey guys, we're gonna do this session. Start thinking about what you're gonna do." Blah 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 blah. Blah. But I did. So. Anyway, so Herrick is panicking. Seora, what are you doing in planification for the Black Moon? Is there anything you do specifically, or?
if anything, Sayora's gonna make sure that her good friend is okay.
A good friend is okay. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, that's very fair. It's a smart thing. So, okay. All right. So, cool. Okay. So you walk up to his residence and you knock on the door. What do you do?
Yes. She's
Okay.
gonna knock on the door, see if he's there.
All right. Um. You. Um. You hear a coughing sound and then just kind of walking towards the doors, and door opens and he goes like, "Oh, hello, Sayura. That's totally my voice. Yes.
Can I come in? I wanted to see if you're all right.
Yeah, sure, of course. Come on in. Come on in."
She
I think he
nods
just
and enters the
breathed slightly
building.
deeper. Okay. Um.
No, it was
Oh.
like, oh, Sayora! Something like that.
Oh, Sayura.
There you
Yes, of
go.
course. I'm an old man. Come on in. Come on in. Shut up,
The-
ghosts.
Sayora is going to enter.
Mhm.
And
he
find a
closes
place
the
to sit
door.
down.
And he closes the door and says, "Do you want something to drink? Maybe a bit of tea?"
She nods and says, "That sounds wonderful."
All right. He Oh. Okay. 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 I see. Uh okay. Okay. Um that's very fun. Okay. So all right. So he goes over and starts to boil water, and she says, "So, my dear, are you ready for the Black Moon?"
I did hope so, sir. I was hoping you were.
"No, of course. I'm ready. I've got a few spells ready, and I also was offered a place in one of the specific, well, this building," he knocks. "This building is already protected against the Black Moon. It's heavily magically warded. They should be fine in here. Some people don't have warding in their houses, so they have to go to the bunkers, but I should be fine. I'll just find a good book and try not to freak out."
Is it the house itself, or are you?
"Oh no, it's the house. I can't ward against the Black Moon. It's outside of my area of expertise. I'm not an abjuration wizard." He
Oh, that
walks.
reminds me.
He
Uh,
yeah. Go ahead.
While he is walking to get the tea and such, Sayora reaches into her bag and pulls out a bottle. I have
Okay.
this with my tea a lot. You should try it.
Oh, of course. I'll give it a taste. What is it? He looks at it. What does the bottle look like again?
It looks like a bottle of honey.
Ooh, honey. Okay. So, he walks up and looks at the window and says, um, "Well, sir." He just kind of thinks for a second, and his eyes go vacant, and then he just shakes his head, and he says, "Oh, well, I
Something
feel
wrong?
no. It's just I think tonight might be the night. There's there's a current of darkness in the weave." He shakes his head. "We still have time for tea, but we're gonna have to not take too much time because unless you want to stay here for the night, um, you're gonna need to make your way to your own preparations." And
Speaking
he
of, do you know
pours
any
some
good
tea.
shelters?
Well, there's a shelter about 500 meters away. I don't know how much that's in feet. You guys are weird. You use feet. We use meter in our kind of center. Half a kilometer.
There are about 3 feet in a meter.
I know. I know. I know. I'm just being stupid. Um,
But as he pours it, Sayora also pours some of the honey in and mixes it a bit.
mhm. All right. And he sits down, smiles, and you both start to drink. Gil! Hey, Gil!
Mm-hmm.
Um, are you doing anything right now? Let's say the evening is approaching. You see the pale, dusky pink sun going down, and you see the moons arrayed in the sky, and um, they're starting to rise, and above the sun isn't set yet, but you see a dark halo on the horizon starting to rise. And mechanics wise, the way it works is it's the shadow of the moon that's
Mhm.
dangerous. So you can see the black moon in the sky in almost every night. But right now it's just kind of center of the horizon type of deal. It's kind of lined up.
I think Gil is going to try and talk to the captain of the guard just to make sure that all the preparations are made for the defense for the coming siege.
All right.
Especially considering what we now know. Because I don't think we've really shared that with the guards quite yet. But
Oh, but before we do anything, I just need to. Okay. Um, I need to roll a few things. Oh. Oh.
Encounter dice never sounded so eerie.
Okay.
Gotta get ready for spooky week. Halloween's coming early.
I need to double check the stats of something.
Oh,
Some-
that's
something,
extremely
someone.
ominous.
What's your stats, big boy? Okay. Just give me a second. Okay, so you walk up to this the captain of the guard, and he's looking up at the moon, and he's like, and he says, "Oh, oh, Gil, there you are. I don't know why I said that. I wasn't exactly expecting you. What can I do for you?"
We've gotten word from our own investigations that we've been taking that the enemy plans on making use of the Black Moon to mount their next siege.
Yes, we've heard.
Have you
Sadly,
heard?
we don't have the. Well, we've set up some. Um, how to put this? We've set up some automata from the Kingdom Centrum on the border walls, and he points to like some uh, mechanical creatures. It's kind of like they come from sorry, they come from
The Arcane Society.
a joint. They come from a joint project between the New Lands of Talia and the Arcane Society. Um, Apparently, they worked to make some kind of creatures that don't need to worry about the Black Moon. They have a bit of difficulty innovating, but otherwise, sometimes, hopefully, that's enough. So, Gil, do you have your preparations ready? I don't know, but it feels like tonight's the night, you know?
It's definitely seeming that way. I just hope those automatons can withstand the force of an ancient black dragon.
Well, lucky for us, the city is shielded. Um, we have the barrier above the walls protects from dragons, so it's gonna take a bit to get through. It's anti-draconic magic. It's not. It needs to be a certain level of dragons. It won't stop wormlings or very young dragons, but it should be enough to stop the bigger ones. At least from coming in, but it's not going to stop the influence that the Black Dragons have with the Black Moon.
How big was the one that attacked Bismuth? It was an adult, right?
It was an adult, but there were circumstances when it comes to Bismuth. You remember that the dragon had to break the shield in Bismuth, which is why they used their breath weapon multiple times
Yeah.
on the shield before anything happened.
Something tells me.
So it's possible for the shield to break.
Mhm.
You know that, but yeah, it's possible for the shield to break, but there are usually what you need is people, magicians or spellcasters, to be able to like feed spell slots into the the protection matrix, so as to keep the shield up. Basically, you can drain spellcasters for juice for the shield, and this place is under siege. It's not a secret or sudden attack, so they've got people ready.
Well, considering what happened in Bismuth, if the spellcasters are the ones powering that shield, we need to make sure they're protected at all costs. Where exactly are
Yes,
they
well,
being kept? Because if anything, that seems like the place we need to make sure stays guarded. Last thing we
Well,
need is that ancient dragon breaching the shield.
that's fair. Well, as far as I'm aware, the they're placed in strategic areas around the uh, the city for um uh, different placements in the arcane circle. They're not all placed in the same area, so that if something were to happen, we're not losing all our wizards. You know. Um. We don't want to put all our eggs in the same basket.
Even still, I assume some of these baskets are higher value than others.
Well, some of this basket happened to coincide with the placement of the bunkers.
Some.
In fact,
Which ones
in
don't?
fact, he looks at you and just kind of gives a bit of a sad face, and he says, I know you're trying to help, Gil, but it's not information I'm privy to giving up to adventurers and such. You need some kind of, official placement in the guard for me to divulge that information. You wouldn't want someone to come by under illusion magic and get all this information from the gods, would we? uh, but I'll say most. But meanwhile, don't need to worry. The wizards, the abjuration wizards most potent when it comes to recharging the shield are well protected. You don't need to worry about those. In fact, I would say that the placement of the bunkers is not arbitrary. And he winks.
Guess we'll just have to keep one and hold up then.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I forgot to click send.
Well, we are here to help. So, which bunker would you like to assign us to defend?
Oh, how about a bunker, in the... How about N6? As for the information, the bunker N6 is, well, you wouldn't know this from being here for a while.
Mm.
N is for the northern quadrant, and then north, south, east, west type deal. And 6 would be like it's one of the bunkers. It's the bunker that's close to to Alatar's place.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll reconvene with my companions and make sure we get there before this whole thing starts. And Gil just kind of glances back out at the horizon. And I would probably expect evacuation orders to be placed pretty soon.
Okay. All right.
Let's just hope
so
we survive this one.
let's hope we do.
Gil's gonna make his way.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can share the creature in question.
Well,
but I think they are this. Can I do a thing to show it to players? No, I don't know. Show the players. There's automatons that are built with Thalia.
Gotcha.
Everyone can see them. Woo!
Yep.
This is the base, like automatons sheet, but the ones based here, I'll have a bit more of a draconic appearance, because they were commissioned by dragons. Okay.
Good to know that
So-
vanity runs deep. So yeah,
Yeah,
Gil's gonna make his way back
metallic
to the...
dragons. Yeah.
Gil's
Go
gonna
ahead.
make his way back to the tavern that we've just kind of been using as a base of operations, and once we're all ready, basically tell everyone to make our way to that bunker.
Um. Jesus Christ. Okay, so you begin to go down, and I'm gonna ask. Fucking, my brain is having difficulties tonight. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want. I'm gonna ask Hecate. Hecate, what are you doing in preparation for the Black Moon?
I'll admit Hecate probably doesn't have like the greatest experience with black moons. He knows that they happen, much like we did a few sessions back. However, he's used to
Okay.
just taking shelter in like most villages that he can take refuge in. So basically, what he's doing is he's just kind of marching along around like the building he's in, and just kind of taking a look at any corner and crevice that he can find, and just making sure they're all sealed.
Okay. All right. So you're just kind of walking to, Gil. I'm gonna say Gil's come back and he's told you that you were asked to look at the bunker N6, so northern quadrant 6 bunkers,
Mhm.
which is fairly fairly it's a bunker that's close to Alatar's position. So you're walking, and you as you walk towards the bunker, you see Gil coming from another area. You see Herrick walking, well, not walking, he's riding Tish, and from another direction approaching, you see Sarah. Sarah, what happens after you leave the house to get to meet with your people?
Right now, she's just heading in the direction of the tavern, but seeing everyone else pretty much nearby, she's just going to stop and head over to the others.
Oh yeah, um Jesus Christ. Okay, so you walk, you close the door behind you, and you start to walk down the stairs. Um, you begin to make your way towards um, the toward well, Gil hasn't been able to tell you that you're going to N6. So Gil, would you have left like a note in your chambers at the inn or something?
What Gil's
Sarah?
coming back to make sure everyone's. We're going together. Gil's not gonna leave anyone
Okay, so
behind.
so Sarah, you begin to make your way towards the fucking the inn.
Fuck. Mm-hmm.
So
On the way, she takes a bottle out of her bag and throws it in the garbage.
all right. So you you dispose of the empty bottle and just kind
She
of
no longer has use for it.
exactly. Um,
It's an
Like,
empty
I freaking
bottle. Those
used
are
all my
valuable
money.
in Zelda games.
Right? Damn.
But I already
use
have all
that.
four
how
of
dare
them.
you
Ha,
get rid of an
ha.
empty bottle? All right,
Bash
so
somebody
you
over the
all
head with it.
so instead of making your way to instead of individually making your way there, you all reconvene at the inn, and Gil, uh, take it away.
Would I be with us as well at this point?
Yep.
Yes. The question.
Alright. Seems like the guards have most things prepared. I made sure that the guard captain was aware of the ancient dragon inbound for the city. He has a lot of faith in that barrier, but Gil just kind of grimaces.
I
Apparently,
scouted ahead. I didn't really see anything nearby that looked immediately threatening. I expect that to change soon.
well, considering how fast ancient dragons can fly, I don't think they need to keep it very close.
Yeah.
Either way, from what it sounds, the guard would like us to help guard Bunker N6 up in the Northern District. My guess is that one of the mages powering the shield is probably placed there. So, worst case scenario, if we manage to protect them, it's a better chance of the shield staying up. We're going to be relying on a lot of other bunkers staying protected, but at the very least we can do our best to keep one of them under control.
All right. So, um, all right. Well, you begin to make your way to the bunker, and eventually um, you get there. Uh, N6 is not one of the larger bunkers. There's like, and it just so happened not to be one of the bunkers where there's a lot of people who go there. There are like N5 and N7 are just huge ass bunkers with for a lot of people. And N6 is more of a VIP type bunker.
Makes
You
sense.
have a few of the more rich merchant as well as a man in long blue robes with a hood. I'm putting myself in character. Who's there? Who, when you get to the bunker, he's already in. He's sitting in front of a dimly lit rune, and he's just kind of he's got his eyes closed. and there are a few merchants around, just kind of doing their own thing. Talking about economy and stuff and what they can do to make money out of this fucking war. You know, merchant stuff, kind of like slightly bit disgusting that they're thinking about that right now, but you know, it's merchants. What do you want to? What do you want to do? They're not all talking about it, but and you notice that some of the merchants seem not to want to be part of that conversation. But you've got like 2 or 3 people who are just kind of talking about business as if nothing was wrong.
I understand that this is all just business. However, profiting off of war is just not the greatest idea.
All right, one of the merchant turns around and says, "Excuse me, who do you think you are?"
Somebody that's been through enough as it is.
Plebeians. And he just turns around and resumes talking, but at a lower tone, a hush hush, type to not be heard.
Spoken just like someone who's never been on the front lines.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure they'll get a very close encounter very soon.
I sure hope so.
Just to be sure, Herrick, your dad is an adult, right? You're
Pretty sure
you
that's
know what I
he
mean.
said for Zerson.
Pretty
sure
is
he's
an
an
adult dragon.
That's what I
I
recall as well.
don't know exactly what tier of adult, but he is
I just
definitely an
checked
adult.
back on my notes. Yes, adult black dragon was what was said in session 1.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right. All right. As you walk, you see something. I mean, you know what? Everyone roll me a perception check instead of me telling you what you see. Anyone wants to
well,
be
fuck.
looking out? Hecate, you look and you get blinded. Herrick,
Okay.
you look out and get blinded. You get blinded by the black moon, you know, the thing that doesn't emit any light. I'm kidding.
I'm the
Okay,
opposite
Gil.
of that.
Okay.
Settle the fuck down.
I am the opposite of blinded.
I usually get like the greater like rolls with
Yeah, eye
perception.
is
What the hell?
here. Okay.
Gil sees everything.
All right. Okay.
I'm mildly concerned. I don't think I've got the good rolls this session. Oof.
It's fine.
Gil has them good
all right,
eyes.
so I'm gonna say Gil, you're the one who notices this. You know how like you said that they were bringing in a black dragon, and that they wouldn't have they wouldn't need to have them be very close necessarily. So you're looking and you notice a flicker in the face of the black moon that's kind of climbing above the
it's just
the-
flying
in the
in the
sky.
fucking shadow as it's
and
approaching.
it's flying like in the shadow of the black moon, like
Mhm.
it's flying with the black moon at its back so as to remain
Camouflaged.
camouflaged.
Yeah.
But you rolled a natural 20, so and
Yep, there it is.
I do want to know. I just want to guess, see if that happens for fun. Is what is your stealth bonus, my dude? +10. Yeah. This dude doesn't
Beat the perception.
doesn't beat the perception. He rolled a 13 on the
Oh,
dice.
wow. I would have beat that passively. 13 on the dice. No, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's 13 on the dice is a 23, which is decent.
Oh, it's very good.
But doesn't natural 2026 beats it.
Hey, Herrick. I
Okay.
don't think I ever actually thought to ask. Having knowledge of the enemy forces, what ancient black dragons do they have access to?
What would I be aware of, War Boss?
Herrick. Okay, so
Because I feel like ancients are very few and far between for the most part, even in the queendom.
yeah. There are a few ancient dragons that are well known. Your dad is getting close. He's an adult and he's coming into his elder years, but he's still one of the top in the top 10 of the black dragons. Um, you've got well, you know of an ancient dragon. Uh, what's his name? I remember there you know of one black dragon specifically that's ancient, and he's well known because he's the only black dragon that is not aligned with the queendom. Um,
Well,
you
it's probably
should
not that one.
remember. Probably not that one, but do I have his name? Was he in neutral?
Good old
Yeah,
Cole.
Altry Ruthel Colwing, who you met in Thalia, is not aligned with. Like you know there are very few chromatic dragons that aren't blue that are not aligned with the queendom, and two of them that you know from previous campaign are Hexia and Altry Ruthel, who are two powerful chromatic dragons that are not part of the queendom. There is yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, with Pokemon we talked and we agreed that um, um, Embers was um, she had a stat block of more of a red dragon, but at the end of the day, she was a obsidian dragon. Yeah, so she's technically not a chromatic. Very technical, but yeah. So um, there is like there's an ancient dragon called um, Blackheart, like Blackheart. He likes eating people's hearts. He chose his name, and he's got a lot of vanity. But the one that comes to mind, the most prominent and powerful of all black dragons that you can think of at this time, the one you're hoping they're not talking about, is Null. Do you remember who Null is? Eric.
Given the fact that Zerson is a black, I feel like he would have definitely heard of him at the very least.
So Zerson is an offspring of Null, and Null is one of the three great worms who work for the Queendom. There are three great worms who work for the Queendom. One of them is black. One of them is I need to double check something real quick. I don't want to say stupid. One of them is black, one of them is red, and one of them is white. There are no green great worms in the queendom, and in Null is Null is a demigod, like Tamara and Lendes and stuff. They're basically the same power level.
I know of one that it might be that genuinely hoping it's not him. That would be Null, who I guess technically speaking is my grandfather.
Well, I'd say let's hope that we don't get a family reunion, but knowing our luck, let's plan for the worst.
For your information, everyone, Null is in the Draconic pantheon. Null is the god of death. That's his. That's his. I think Gil would know of Null.
Probably.
Because Null is like one of the oldest dragons, because he's a great worm. Like there are 8 great worms that are known in the world. 3 that work for the queendom. No, not 8. There are 9 great. 4 chromatic great worms and 5 metallic great worms. And one of the chromatic great worms is the blue one, so she works with the bastion. So in sense of like just the amount of great worms that we have, the bastion has the queendom beat. They have more great worms, but the queendom has Tiamat. So
you said the great worm that the queendom doesn't have a chromatic for is green.
Green and blue, technically.
Yeah,
because
but green is
blue
the one that's
is the
quote unquote missing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Okay.
more
Yeah, totally.
not necessarily missing, but more in the sense that the green dragons becoming a great worm is not just about being old. You a lot of dragons die after ancient. To become a great worm, there are some things that you must achieve in your dragon's life to be able to fuck you. Um otherwise, you die off after your long lifespan as an ancient dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you know Null, you know of Blackheart, and you know of a few other black dragons that are well known in like the. But black dragons specifically, not a lot of ancients. They have a lot of adult black dragons, um, and about 3 of them are children of Null.
Well, I suppose all things being considered, we were told an ancient. If Null was what they were referring to, I feel like they probably wouldn't have said ancient, because that's a little bit underselling it. But who knows? Maybe they just weren't told exactly who.
Well, for the same reason that you weren't told all the information about where the wizards are placed, possibly ZN9 wasn't told all the details.
Yep. Something to be considered on their ways. Alright. Well, everyone stay alert. It's gonna be a long night.
All right.
Herrick has been on high alert for like hours at this point.
All right.
Okay, I know what I literally just said, but I think you need to take it down a notch.
Oh, I wish I could do that, Gil. I really do. But I really can't.
I understand the feeling, but you need to pace yourself.
Look, it ain't just me that I'm worried about. She told me she'd be fine, but that's the quickest way to frickin' put someone on edge.
Well, she was at one of the camps north of here anyways. We're in the northern sector. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and she'll attack this bunker. Better us than another one.
Gil, I hate your definition of luck.
Well, hate to break it to you, but luck's never really been on my side.
Yeah, probably means you'll be on the receiving end of her lance if she shows up here. You really don't want that.
I don't want any of this, but this is what we've been dealt. Let's just try and mitigate as much as we can.
All right. So a few more people show up, and then the door begins to close, and then it locks in place with a deep thum. And for a few minutes, nothing happens. Nothing crazy happens. You're just kind of getting ready for the black moon. And then muffled through the thick door of the bunker, you hear something. I wonder if I'm going to be able to you hear a scream. Let's say the type of scream. Well, first off, it's a woman, so I don't know if that's relevant to you guys or not. But the screamer seems to be a woman, and there is it's muffled, and you can't exactly tell what they are saying. But there is a scream outside, followed by frantic knocking at the door. There is a mechanism to reopen the door, and as far as you're aware, the black moon hasn't yet come to be over your head, but someone is in need of help.
Don't like that. Anyone got a... There's no means to check the outside with, like, a mechanism or anything, is there?
Doesn't seem so. Would be smart, but that would also make my plans go wrong. So I'm gonna make a decision that there's not.
You arcane
if
folk
you
have
have
a means of actually checking something?
the wizard turns around and he closes his eyes and he says, "Those no, why are all my wizards old?"
Why are all your wizards old? Why do you gotta feed into the stereotype?
Okay. You know what? You know what? You know the fuck what?
We don't.
Is he
until
fresh
you
out of
tell
wizard
us.
college?
There's a lady outside, and she seems wounded. This wizard's not an old man; it's a woman. Ba ba ba.
That's suspicious. Like, the moon's not even fully up yet. The siege shouldn't even be going on.
Frantic knocking at the door. The wizard winces and begins to walk toward the mechanism to open the door.
Hey, look, I don't know we should really do that. There's way too many unknowns here.
All right.
At the very least, you shouldn't be the one to do it. You have a job to do, remember?
Oh. Yeah. I guess I do. It's more important to keep the shield up. Saving the lives of the many outweigh the lives of the few. I know what to say. And she just kind of goes back and sits down and says, and closes his eyes, and he says, "There's." I think I see. Is that a dragonborn? And then she winces and puts a hand to her temple and says, "They destroyed my arcane eye."
Wait, the woman out there, or?
No, I don't know who. It's just my arcane eye was destroyed. I think she's in danger. Okay, guys. If you don't want to open the door, I'm gonna pull the evil GM card.
Should Hecate just say fuck it?
Okay. The
Just to be a
wizard
bitch.
said the wizard says, "I think I saw that she had a child."
Fucking Hecate doesn't really care for kids.
Hecate doesn't care about kids.
Oh no!
Hecate
The evil
was like,
GM card is backfired.
Hecate was like, "Oh, a woman. Oh no, she's got a kid already. Fuck." Okay.
Hecate thinks children are noisy pieces of shit that interrupt his shows every time.
Wow.
Hecate's like,
We're learning more
"Ooh."
about Hecate every day.
I know the range of this isn't great, but I am gonna have Gil just kind of go up to the door, kind of press his head towards it, and I'm just gonna have him close his eyes and try and use his blind sense to see if he can, at the very least, figure out what the hell is going on. Just making sure that this isn't like there aren't invisible raiders that are just waiting for us to open the door.
Okay, so
for this shit, because like
okay, so your blind sense is 10 feet, right?
Yeah, correct.
I'm going to ask
Like I
you
said,
to
I know
roll
it's
a
not
perception check because
Sure.
blind sense doesn't go through thick metal and stuff. And
That's
this isn't
fine.
a lead.
Yep.
But I'm gonna need you to
Nope.
concentrate hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Makes
Okay.
sense.
I'm
I get the feeling it's just
retroactively.
fuzzy.
I'm going to let you, Hecate. Hecate, you don't want to bother to save a kid, but do you want to still give bardic inspiration to your good friend?
Sure.
Okay.
He's like, I don't
only.
care for this child,
Hey, I'm
however
not
you
telling
do."
you what to do. I'm saying if you want.
No, I'm gonna try and flavor it too. He's like, I don't particularly care for children, but if you do, here you go.
Cool. I'm not using that roll. I am saving that shit. I'm not using it on a fucking perception check. Are you kidding?
Okay.
I'm gonna save that for whatever the fuck comes
Thanks
later.
for the free inspiration, Ty.
Okay. So, all right. You close your eyes, and your blind sense is fuzzy going through the thick door.
Yeah.
But you do feel the thrumming of the woman's fists on the on the door, and you hear. Roll me an insight check.
Sure.
Your blind sense allows you to like kind of hear her better a bit. Okay, so you do hear genuine desperation in the voice of the person on the other side of the store.
This isn't a trick. I don't think, but
The hammering at the door stops. But there is another scream. The wizard's implement that he uses to see to the other side is not has been broken, so they can't tell you what's happening.
mm-hmm.
But there is a scream, and the hammering stops.
Guys, open that door. I'm keeping both guns trained on the entrance.
What if I just did vicious mockery out of nowhere? Just shout loud enough?
So you're okay. I is going to aim an arrow toward the door.
Okay.
You guys really want to risk this?
Fucking.
I don't.
I can also, depending on like as soon as we see something, I could cast slow as well, like right on that door.
Oh, that's fair.
Literally gotta hope I roll high enough on initiative for it, though.
Look, Gil, I really don't like any of this.
Me neither.
But if an innocent dies right outside our door right before this siege starts, that shit's gonna be weighing on the back of our minds the whole time.
And if we open that door, and one of the members of the arcane that are keeping the shield up dies, a lot more innocents could die as well.
Knocking on the door resumes, but feebly. Those not close to the door can barely hear it.
What's gonna be, guys? Whatever we're deciding, it has to be now.
Majority vote.
The wizard says, "I vote to save them." I'm not.
So we're-
There are many wizards taking care of this shield more than me. I do not bear all the weight of the protection against the dragon. But it's a woman and a child. We need to do something at least. Whoever broke my divination medium is out there with them, so they won't be alone, and it is a risk. But isn't this why we're doing this?
Quite honestly,
To
the
protect the
fact that
people?
somebody broke your sensor tells me that they didn't want us to see what was outside. If they wanted us to open the door, why do that? Why not let you see whatever atrocities they want to commit?
I don't know.
I'll just open the door.
Seora fucking walks up to the door and clicks the button.
I mean, we could always all just back up, and I can use my mage hand cantrip. That way, we have a little bit of wiggle room in case anything rushes in. Thoughts?
I don't want to open that
I'm
door.
not gonna
Just-
force anything. I'm just waiting.
Hecate is sort of neutral in all this. Like, he doesn't really want the door to be open, but if he's prepared, if it is.
Yeah. There's a kid. Who wants to save kids? That was a
Certainly
stupid
not
move
Hecate.
from me. How dare I have a mother and their child
Wait,
here? It
wait,
should have
not
been
read
just a
the room
mother.
more, boss.
It's
So
I'm gonna be
Hecate's
honest,
like,
it has nothing to do with whether or not there was a kid outside. It has entirely
No, I know.
everything to
I
do
know,
with
I
the
know, I
fact
know, I
that
know.
there are
Yeah.
so many other people on the line if we fuck this up.
like,
Welcome to the fucking trolley problem, D&D edition.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, I mean that's fun. I mean, I don't know. Well, Hecate's like, ooh, it's a milf. Oh, it's a milf.
He wasn't even really interested in like the woman. It's just like, sure, we'll help her. Oh god, there's a child too.
I don't want to spend the entire night with a child in here. Fucking-
Exactly.
Okay, well,
You know
I
what?
mean,
I'll roll with it. I'll roll with that.
Oh,
I,
it's hard to give
I
that
mean,
a risk we can't take.
Unfortunately, I think I agree.
okay.
So we have 2 for,
Jesus
2
Christ.
against, and 1 neutral. Oh shit.
Okay. What do Seora and
Sayora wanted to.
I think?
Leora said yes. I don't know.
Yeah,
if I
Sarah
would
said
say
yes.
What about
I is
I?
just I has her bow pointed at that door. This for the second it opens, just in case shit happens.
Okay, so I is like we open, but we remain ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. I'm just thinking out loud.
So it's three
We're ready.
yeses, one I don't care, and two nos.
that seems to be the vote.
Well, I'm not gonna push anything, so you guys
Yeah, take that.
decide
Wild.
what to do, man.
All right,
Flip
those
a
of you
coin.
that said yes, one of you's got to open it.
Like
I
I said, I can
specifically
always-
said yes, but I have an arrow trained on the door, so
I could mage
if Eric-
hand.
If Herrick sees anyone going to open the door, he's readying weapons.
I don't want to have an NPC open the door. I don't want to take the choice away from you guys. So I'm just going to wait
Sayora
until
opens the door.
Okay.
Thank you,
Seora, you
Seora.
walk up to the door and you open it, and there's a hissing sound,
Oh shit.
and then the door begins to open, and you see bleeding out on the ground is a woman. She has 2 javelins in her, one in her shoulder, another one in her gut. She seems to be at death's door, and there is a young child, maybe like 3 or 4 years old, who is crying, holding
Alright.
the woman's robes. However, fucking Chad motherfucking mother rolled a natural 20 on her death save.
Soon as
Nice.
soon as the door opens wide enough for us to see them, Gil is literally grabbing them and dragging them through.
All right.
Gil has not moved away
So,
from the door. He's just been standing there, back pressed
All right.
against
I'm
it
going
as
to
it's been
say,
talking.
everyone was holding their action to shoot something on the other side of the door. I want you to roll perception.
All right.
Boy, here we go.
Hecate was braced, so I would say he was too. Yo!
That's the wrong
Okay.
character sheet. That one.
Hecate's 24.
I's 24. Too,
Jesus.
that's cool.
Those are the good rolls.
I'm not even gonna have
we
Gil
were
roll.
fucking
Gil's
ready.
focused on the people that he's dragging through the door at the moment.
All right. Okay. So,
Is they are gonna
as
roll?
the door open
No.
in the
Okay.
as the door opens in the darkness, you see multiple figures that are holding a hand forward, ready to do something, and you can roll to attack them. And I'm gonna say with how good perception Hecate, specifically Hecate, you know that when you want to cast a spell and to keep it up until the right moment, you need to concentrate on it.
Mhm.
So what is happening, as far as you know, is these people are stealth and they're concentrating on a spell and waiting, and they were clearly waiting for the door to open.
Mhm.
So if you shoot them and they lose concentration, the spell's going to be wasted. So you've got 3 targets. I want you guys to roll to see if you can hit them, and then if you hit them, I'm then going to roll concentration check to see if their spells go off.
Does that apply to everybody now?
Everyone who was
Everybody
preparing an
rolled
attack.
Herrick, Hecate, and I, you all made your perception checks.
Okay.
So roll your
Gil,
attack rolls.
Gil's reaction to the door opening is to grab the kid and the mother.
Yep.
Herrick's, Hecate's, and I's reactions are going to go before the enemy reactions because you were the ones ready to open the door, so you were willing. So, okay, a longbow, 23. I'm going to ask you to roll damage, and then we're going to do the...
It's pretty good.
Can I do Cloud of Daggers?
On the other side of the door, that's not a bad idea.
I think I might go
11?
for it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good idea.
Oh, is it still doing that thing where I can't roll spells?
I don't think you need to worry
I
about
think
it.
it's-
I think you can just say you place it on the other side of the door.
Okay, I place Cloud of Daggers on the other side of the door.
Yep.
And I can just, like, click off one of my spell slots.
Okay. Do you have... Okay, so 17 to hit. That hits. Roll damage. And... Hecate, what are you doing?
Cloud of Daggers.
Cloud of daggers on the other side of the... Just on the outside of the door?
Yeah.
Are you not proficient in flintlocks, or...?
I don't know if I have any. Oh, wait, no, that's
Not
Herrick.
in
No,
reference to you,
I'm
sorry.
tired.
I should be. Did it not do something right?
It's not adding your modifier to the attack roll. Or to the damage. Or did it roll a d4 instead of your modifier? Is that what it did?
Are you rolling? Because it's the offhand that you rolled.
Did I click the? I didn't click the offhand.
It does say the offhand one for the attack roll, yeah. For some reason.
It says ranged attack, ranged weapon, offhand.
What do we add to that?
Why?
9 plus...
Why did it?
What's your dex? 4? 5?
It's 3.
3? Alright, so that's 12, not 9.
Why did it choose the? Because I clicked the regular flintlock
Mm-hmm.
to bring up like the attack roll, and then it. I don't know.
I mean, it's not going to
Okay.
matter for concentration. It's still just a 10 for concentration checks, but...
Oh, I see. I see. I forgot to switch off offhand for the attack mode.
That would be why.
I forgot about that.
Okay.
All good. We got it.
Would be 3 more damage.
Yeah.
So it'd be 12.
Alright.
All right. Gil,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you make a perception check, not to look out, but I want you to roll perception check.
Sure. Did it not? There it goes. Took it a second.
I'm wondering.
I also got a 19 for the record.
Sorry.
Good God, breathe. Take a sip of water. No, he is not a fish.
All right. I do want to show players this. So, as the you see basically above the shield, basically sitting on it, just kind of standing atop in the air. The shield is usually invisible. I'm gonna choose what color it is. This shield is white, and you see just kind of splashes of white where the claws are making contact with the shield in the sky. And I believe that this is the picture. This is it? This it? Okay.
It's a black dragon, all right.
Sure is.
Oh.
See a black dragon
Oh,
hanging,
boy.
sitting atop the shield, looking down at the city. He's not looking at you at this time.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Okay, so All right. So um the spells that were being held. I'm gonna do something fun for the one who loses concentration.
Mm.
So, uh, two of them misty step, and they appear inside of the of the bunker. Another one seems to lose kind of his balance a little, and he teleports into the cloud of daggers. Roll your damage.
Amazing.
It's not letting me like roll my
Yes.
spells here, so I can do physical dice.
Just roll 44. I'm
So,
pretty sure that's Cloud of Daggers.
44.
44. Okay.
Yep. I don't know what the real cloud of daggers does, damage wise, but I don't think it's different.
Pretty sure it's 44
Yeah, let me just-
still. I think
I'm
it's...
wondering if
what my
the new
drawing
cloud of
book means,
daggers,
though.
now that you can move it, it's
Oh,
going to require a dex save instead of just being automatic damage. I think that's how they're going to balance it. But for now,
Alright.
it's just 44,
Rolling.
no save.
Rolling. I got a 4,
Okay.
a 2,
6,
a 3,
9,
and another 4.
13.
13.
13.
Hell yeah.
And then yeah, I assume, would it be safe to assume that Seora is basically preparing to flip the switch back as soon as the injured are through?
Yep.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Well, in fact, the ones that the one that fell into the
Cloud of Daggers.
the cloud of daggers is just kind of screams ah and falls to a knee, and then the other two turn around and just kind of tisk, and then they one of them runs back to the one with the in fact he runs back a little and he slams something on the inside of the wall where the door is supposed to close, and then the other one rushes and slams the button and the door begins to close.
I don't like that.
I mean, I'm right up at the door. What did they put in there?
It looks like some kind of it's a glass. It looks like it's made of glass. It's a polyhedron, and it's got this brackish yellow thing inside. And when they place it, it remains in place as if it was glued in place now that it's been placed. Well, I glued in place now that it's been placed. Fucking War Boss, come on. It's been glued in place now that it's been deposited there. Thank you, Blank. We're not necessarily going to go into combat for this unless like combat actively starts. But first, what I'm going to ask is, what they did their move, all of them. One of them did nothing. One of them is closing the door, and the door begins to close. And the other one placed an object, basically, in between the. So let's say that this is the wall, and the door just kind of closes like this. They place something right there on the inside of the wall. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did. Everyone, you can choose in what order you want to do this, or we can roll initiative, whichever you prefer. But what is your reaction? You can wrestle them to the ground. You can try to stop them from closing the door. You can do many things. You know what? How
Sure.
about we roll initiative so that it's easier for you guys to decide in what order you're going to do things?
Sounds good to me.
Should we like try to capture them?
Very least
You
we
can
need to
100% try to
neutralize them.
capture them.
Would I have
Okay.
any idea what they just stuck in the door?
Oh, it's absolutely like an acid bomb or something.
It's
It's some sort of potion. Like it's fluid inside, right? Kind of vibe.
yeah, it's a fluid,
Yeah.
and you've seen black dragon breaths often enough to know what acid looks like.
Yeah, it's acid.
This is basically a.
I was
an
half expecting
acid
it to be a
capsule.
fucking fireball bead, but no, it's acid. Like, yeah, no, Gil absolutely knows what that is.
I honestly, I'm gonna say I wanted to make it like a necklace of fireballs instead of like an acid ball, but then I thought, what kind of bonkers breaks with a fireball? It's made of like stone and stuff. We're not gonna make wooden bunkers, okay? But yeah.
So initiative is.
Well, I mean, how about we just kind of
Discussion?
You,
Just go
I
to a
need,
blank battle
to
map
put
for the time
your.
being. Yeah.
So this should be it. Just place your tokens down.
Still need to figure out why the fuck. We'll get to that eventually.
All right. So roll initiative to decide in what order you're going to do things. I'm going to have the enemies act at the end of initiative because they just acted. $12, $9,
Why do I have a decimal?
$13. Sarah, you can give me like a. What is the bonus that I'm supposed to add to it?
Well, first things first, she has an advantage. Oh, you did roll advantage.
Yeah, I did roll advantage. It
That's
just
pretty
sucks. It's an
Did you-
8. Total of 8.
And the great Psy Backup. That's her name. Psy Backup.
I can't believe that wasn't renamed yet. I know I renamed that. Poor boss.
Save it.
What the fuck do you want me to do?
Rename it, apparently.
I'm gonna try something.
Hold her hand.
just
I did
renamed
rename it.
Tell her she's doing a great job.
No, the token name.
Yeah, I just did the token name again.
You need to do it to the token
And,
prototype that's actually part of the initial character sheet that you open from the side. It's not going to save from just the token. That's why it hasn't been fixed. You haven't actually been changing the prototype.
I'm gonna try to fix this real quick.
It doesn't really matter
It looks
for
like
now.
it's changed.
And then, Warboss, when you get the chance, you're going to need to drop Hecate down.
I'm gonna try something.
Yes, please.
We're gonna try this again. It's a new initiative, but you're first, which is the important part. And now it should say the right name. Okay, so we're not in combat. We're in more like an action sequence type deal.
Mm-hmm.
So you tell me what you're trying to do, and I don't have token for these guys anyway, so we're good. I'm kind of I was like, oh, I want more. I was like, oh, I want more prep time, and then I was thrown a curveball, and I was like, ah, shit. Okay, cool. Fine. That tells you that as much prep as you do, sometimes the players just do a thing.
a thing.
Okay. So what do you do first? There is one guy who's fighting off flying knives around them, trying to get rid of, trying to walk out of the area of floating daggers. There is one who is right in front of a glass. I forget the name of the. Let's say let's say hexahedron.
Could I use Mage Hand to throw the thing out the window? Or out the door while it's closing?
Yeah, sure. Cast Mage Hand.
Okay. By Mage Hand, I mean the birds are going to fly over to it. The birds coated in fire, flying over to it, taking it, and yeeting it out the window.
Okay.
Because that's how her Mage Hand works.
Okay, so roll me an athletics with your spellcasting ability. I need to double check the rules on a magical item.
Is that magical
Let's
item
see. So
sovereign glue?
I'm not proficient with athletics, so I'm just going to roll the spellcasting ability.
Damn, that's
Okay,
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I need to double check something. First, this is a large. This is a fairly large object filled with liquid, so it is heavier than 10 pounds.
Yes.
But I did make you roll so that you to see if you do something. So your mage hands, you can't lift it, but you begin to push it towards the outside, and you make some headway. There seems to be something holding it in place. You're not sure exactly what it is.
Seeing
But
I
there's
is starting to
something
focus,
fighting against you.
Seeing I is starting to focus on that, and his mind just kind of whirling through his options. He's just gonna kind of glance back and just go, "Don't worry about that. Focus on the ones that are inside. I think I got this."
All right.
You do still have a bonus action if you want to hunter's mark someone.
That's tempting. I'm not going to hunter's mark someone though.
You're gonna hex him instead.
Well, you're close.
Mm.
So which one seems to be struggling the least right now?
Which one seems to be struggling the least?
Yeah.
The one who went and just clicked the large gear to close the door.
Okay. She's going to just point a finger at it. In other words, I'm just I'm just gonna use this.
Ooh, Baleful Interdict. Then
No one else sees it, but she sees a bunch of fiery birds surrounding his head.
Nice.
Ooh. Bird. Bird's the word. Because if I as one thing, if I is missing something, it is definitely not uses for bonus action. Anyway, so all right, so is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
I should probably just Eric.
All
would you
Alright,
do?
we're gonna...
Tish is inside. So
Yep.
Tish is here with you. You're just not riding her right now.
Yep. Da. Yes.
And while Herrick is doing his thing, you guys can start thinking about what you want to do. Hecate, you're next.
Yeah, I got the little alert.
Alright.
Yep.
Bonus action, the one that just like hit the button and is running out. Bonus action, I'm going to hex him. I'm going to use my once a day hex.
He's not running out. He's staying inside.
Oh,
But
even better. He's getting
hex him.
hexed.
All right. He is hexed.
And
Action shoot. Yeah. Shoot his ass.
Get the feeling that's not gonna hit. Does a 12 hit?
No, sadly it does not.
Alright. Shot 2. How about a 15?
What's your AC, big boy? $15 hits.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Roll that damage, baby.
And it's... Is it a D6 or a D8 for
It's a
Hex? It is
D6 for Hex, I'm
D6,
pretty
yeah.
sure.
So
It is.
2 necrotic damage, so that's a total of 16 damage there.
16 damage.
Assuming they're not resistant or immune to necrotic.
And how much was the damage for the 44 again? That was 13, right?
Yes.
13. Is he still alive?
13. Yes. Especially since you did not attack the guy who went into the...
No, I'm attacking the guy who came in. Not the guy
Yeah,
out.
that's it. He's
okay.
alive.
The one at the door, yeah. There's one outside the door,
The
one
one-
on
the
the
one
inside
who's
of the door, and
closing-
one at the
that-
lever. Yes?
There's one between the door and the wall. There's one inside at the button, and there's one outside in the cloud attackers.
Yes.
Some sad damage from the second one, from the offhand, but that will be a total of 7 damage.
His HP is in the yellow, so it's not in the red quite yet. Okay. Is that your turn? So
I will-
you shoot him and he falls to a knee and he just looks at you with an evil smile.
Oh, you ain't gonna be smiling for long. Yeah.
They look like black dragonborn.
You switched from they are to they look like. Just want to note that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
look
it's
like
hard to it's
dragonborn.
hard
They
it's
could be
sometimes
half
hard.
it's
Yeah, it's hard to say if they're half dragons or dragonborn.
So Hecate's turn,
Dragonborns
yeah?
are. Yeah, that's Hecate's turn. Hecate, what do you want to do?
Ugh. Okay, so if I cast a spell, will that get rid of my
Only if it's a
Cloud of Daggers?
concentration.
Only if it's concentration as well. So if you cast Heat Metal, yes. If you cast
Okay.
Thunder Wave, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as far as you're aware, these guys are wearing cloth and leather, not metal.
Wearing cloth, not metal. Okay. So there goes that idea then. I do want to keep Cloud of Daggers. Is there anybody still under it right now?
There is a guy in it right now.
I mean, here's the
Is there a
thing.
way?
If you can cast Thunderwave, there's a guy in the doorway right now. You can Thunderwave him into the fucking Cloud of Daggers, potentially.
I unfortunately
don't know
cannot.
I don't know if.
Like, I'll even name off all of
Hecate.
my spells here. I've got Command, Healing Word, Identify, Unseen Servant, which I might actually be able to use that, or Mage Hand to push somebody into it.
You could command the guy
Neither of
who's
those are very
inside
strong.
and say something like "out."
That's true.
Command.
You could use command to tell someone to leave.
and they would have to leave.
I'll do that, actually. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
What is the saving throw for that? Can you click it?
Charisma, I think.
If you want to cast it at second level, you could target two people.
That's true.
I'll do that, and
Target the two people
Do
inside.
you have third level spells yet?
We
Do you have
should.
third level spells yet?
We should.
You
I've
could. You
got third
could. You
level.
could. You could target all three of them.
Yeah, but one of them's
I can do
already
third
outside.
level.
That's fine. He could just stay out
I can
there
tell
and think
somebody to
about
leave
what he
more. I can tell all of them to leave. It's up to.
did. I don't know. Well,
Ugh.
like I said, one of them's still outside.
Yeah,
One of
I
them
mean, the
is
third level
outside.
still uses 2 slots compared to the second level. Okay, I'll just say leave.
Second level. On the two inside, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. You think your spell?
Oh, it's wisdom, not charisma.
Anchor.
My bad.
It's fine. You think it affects one of them.
Cool.
And on their turn, they're going to try to leave,
All right.
which
sweet.
is what you said.
And
The
Can-
you tell the guy who's next to the button, and you see the guy who's next to the switch to close the door. You see his eyes go vacant.
okay.
Oh, damn. The one
And do I
that
get a-
wasn't damaged, like, at all is the one that failed? Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Very good.
And do I get a
I'm
bonus
making
action
sure.
after this?
I'm making sure not just to roll 2 dice and choose afterwards. I want to be certain, like, each one has their specific roll. One thing that I'm going to say is because of the way you've said it. So you said you started to open the door and then immediately rushed out to drag them in. You didn't let the door open for a very long time.
No. I'm assuming it's
So-
going to close at the end of this round if we don't do anything.
That's the well, probably I'm going to give it maybe until I'm gonna give it, since Gil, you're the one who like jumped in. I'm gonna give it until your turn.
That's fine.
I want to be kind.
Would the enemy move before that point?
Yes, because they're gonna move.
Right now.
No. Basically, like you're gonna have a turn, and then it's gonna go around. They're gonna act, and then there's gonna be until your turn. Well, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna give you like the entire next round as well. That's what I'm giving you. So Hecate, is that your turn?
Do I get a bonus action with that as well?
I mean, you can
You
use
get
a
a
bardic
bonus action.
inspiration.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
Gil, have you already used yours?
Not yet.
He has not.
Okay, I'll
Probably going through
cast
this
Bardic
next turn.
Inspiration onto Seora.
Perfect.
Woo!
Okay, Seora.
Worst case
all right.
scenario. Okay,
Yo.
so we've still got around until the door fully closes.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you. I'm not gonna say like you have to do this all in one round. That's a bit cruel. So you get like
Well,
2
here's
rounds.
the thing.
to
I
fix it.
could have. I have a plan, and I'm just gonna wait
Alright,
until
you know
next
what?
turn to fucking do it.
You know what? You know what? I'll be evil then. Do your plan.
Sure.
Fuck you. you didn't you let the door open for 1 round. It's gonna take 1 round to close.
Yep. I mean, like I said, when I started focusing on the object that they dropped in between the fucking door and the
Just to be clear, they didn't drop it. They
put it in the
pressed it against
yeah.
the wall, and now it's standing there.
Yeah. So
Okay.
basically, what Gil is going to do is first things first, as his action, he's just gonna try and take out this guy that's standing between the door and the wall, because he just wants to get rid of that guy and prevent him from doing anything to what he's planning.
Okay.
First and foremost.
So you,
or at the very least,
yep,
force him to retreat.
roll. I guess I could say it's a shove check.
No, I'm just literally attacking him. I'm literally attacking him.
Oh. Okay, attack him.
Yeah, I'm
Roll
dealing.
the
I'm
hit.
dealing with him,
Yeah.
forcing him to either retreat or just full on just knocking him out or killing him. I do not give a shit which.
I also
you're gonna be
forgot
a
to mention,
bitch, huh?
but I affected his strength for the hex.
Okay,
Just-
that's good.
That's always the case.
I'm re-rolling his check then.
So it's this one, yes. All right, first attack is going to
So
be
you're attacking the guy who took
in the doorway. The one in the
attacks.
doorway.
Yep.
So that's gonna be a 22
Go
to
ahead,
hit.
roll. That hits. His AC is good.
That's gonna be 11
11.
damage, one of which is fire. Still up.
Okay. Yep.
Well,
that hits.
Get him. Fuck him up.
Fuck him up. Fuck him
Another
up.
11
fuck him up,
damage.
Fuck him up. Another 11. He falls to a knee, but he's up. He's technically not up, but he's alive. He is bloodied, is what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna play with words and fun. He's bloodied.
I mean, he just got shot twice, and he just got punched twice.
All right.
He's looking pretty bad.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bag of holding
Okay.
and I'm gonna put the object into it against the wall.
Okay, so you're pressing your bag of holding against the item?
Yes.
Okay, so to succeed with this maneuver, I'm going to need you
Yeah.
to manage to unstick this from the wall.
Here's the
Because
thing.
it's
I'm not
somewhat
trying
stuck
to
the wall.
unstick it. I am going to leave the bag of
Oh.
holding there and let the door close over it. Because then the object is still in the bag of holding.
Okay.
You have
Okay.
consumed the bird.
That's okay. So okay. So what I was planning to happen first is okay.
Y'all owe me a bag of holding after this shit. Because I get the feeling it's not coming out of this unscathed.
Yeah, I want to know what's in your bag of holding. I'm gonna
Probably
need you
just a
to
whole
give
bunch of
me a
fucking
list
junk.
because
Like, I literally have stuff
Okay.
in the bag of holding. The dragon mask I actually should have equipped,
all right.
but everything else,
I thought you left the dragon mask in the horde.
it is not still in
No,
the
he
horde.
did not.
No.
No,
Oh.
he dropped it in the horde and immediately picked it back
Yeah,
up
technically
because
that
the
should be in
horde,
my inventory, 'cause I do have
everything
that
started
on.
shaking when he put it in.
Yeah, no, I took that the fuck out. I didn't trust whatever the hell that was. Yeah, I've got like a whole bunch of just general stuff. A lot of my supplies, not so much my actual like equipment that I would normally carry on me.
Okay.
So like
that's fair.
all my rations, my
Okay.
sleeping bag, like all that kind of shit.
I'm going to have it I'm gonna have it do something that none of the players are gonna see because of the bag of holding. But sure, is that the end of your turn?
Would you say that consumed my bonus action? Because that's kind of what I was assuming. It's up to you.
An item using your magical item, using a magical item, unless you're a thief rogue, it's an action. So what I'm gonna say is, if you use your bonus action to flurry your blows to make those 2 attacks, then your action would be using your bag of holding.
Then I'm fine.
All right, cool.
And then I'm literally just gonna stand in the doorway and body block.
Okay.
If that one guy tries to come in. I guess 2 guys.
Seora, it's your turn.
That guy that has the baneful thing, Sayora's gonna pin him down.
The guy who's got the what?
The one in the doorway.
The one that has the one that's at the door. Sayora's gonna try and pin him down.
Just to be sure.
You can just
You're
try and
talking
shove
about
him
the
out.
guy Gil just.
Yeah.
You're talking about the guy Gil just fucked up.
Pretty much, yes. It's the same one. You can literally just shove him outside.
I want to be sure. Okay, let's be clear, because this is a situation where we're kind of like, okay, so there's a guy.
There's the guy
outside of the room.
Okay.
Let me speak.
Hold on. Who is? Okay, go on.
Okay, there's a guy outside of the room who's in the cloud of daggers. There's a guy in the entrance who Gil just fucked up, who was right next to the contraption. And there's a guy with his eyes glazed who's about to follow a command, who's right next to the mechanism to close and open the door. Those are the 3 people. There's the opening door mechanism guy.
Yeah.
It's the one that he fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Do you want to knock him prone, or do you just want to shove him? Because you could just shove him.
Prone.
Okay. Oh no. Wait, if he falls prone in the fucking doorway, that's gonna be bad for him. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't like where this is going.
Okay. So...
I stepped away for a moment. What did I miss?
I feel...
An athletics check.
I feel like I've seen...
Sarah... The guy fell to a knee because he took a lot of punches, and then you just walk up to him and fucking sock him in the face with your knee, and he just fucking falls prone as the door begins to close up on him.
Ooh, yep. I feel like I've seen this in a movie somewhere, and I don't like it.
I did tell him he wouldn't be smiling for long, and I guess that's gonna be true.
Yep.
That's going to be true. All right, and Seora, is there anything else you want to do?
Nah.
Okay. All right. So after Seora's turn is not I's turn, because it is the turn of the guys. First things first. The guy in the cloud of daggers is going to rush you, Gil, and try to remove the bag of holding.
Sure. I'm gonna get in that fucking... I'm gonna do my best to contest that.
You do have your bardic inspiration still. So
I sure do. So what do you want me to roll to contest it?
I usually, if you want to contest the grapple, it's athletics or acrobatics. But considering you getting out of the way with acrobatics wouldn't help, I'm gonna say it's specifically athletics this time around.
Sure thing. That's not bad. I will roll the.
Are you confident in it, or do you want to?
No,
add
I'm
bardic
rolling. I'm
inspiration?
rolling the. It's a D8 at this point, right? Or is it a D6 still?
Yeah, it's a D8.
Is it a D8? All right.
I'm pretty sure it's a D8 by now.
It's a 19.
Hey, that's
So
a 19.
19?
Now. I'm more confident in that.
Okay. All right. So here's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
The guy begins to wrestle your bag of holding out of the way. And then the other guy who's been commanded walks into the area.
It just walks
Fucking
into him.
trips on the he trips over the guy that's prone and just headbutts the other guy back into the cloud of daggers.
Oh, did he nat one his fucking
Yep.
amazing?
Love it.
Did
So-
they both take the cloud of daggers from that?
So they both take the cloud of daggers damage.
Hey, Hecate, roll another 44.
Roll another 44.
Amazing. That fucking comedy of errors, this.
I'll fucking do it.
It's a fucking Three Stooges moment if I ever saw one.
Y'all ready for
I
the
mean-
roll?
Amazing.
I mean, if the enemies don't roll good, they don't roll good.
All right,
Here's
4,
All right.
all right.
3. Well, I'm getting high rolls here. I'm not complaining.
Mhm.
Ah, I just jinxed it. Is a 1.
8,
And then another 4.
12.
All right.
Okay.
This is going to be crucial.
Mhm.
So, how many damage? How much?
12.
12. Okay. And the guy who took no damage yet, 12. Okay. So, I was worried because technically when you follow a command, it can't be a command that causes you to be hurt. And I was like, what's going to happen if he gets in front of the door, sees the cloud of daggers, stops there and doesn't go any further? But
just
then
trips.
the other fucking bozo rolled a natural 1, so take-
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Okay, so the last guy
Mm-hmm.
is going to get up and looking around at his other two prone allies. He's just gonna shake his head. First, he uses half his movement to get up,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's going to. You know what? He's also going to try to fuck with the bag of holding. Why wouldn't he?
I'm gonna be honest.
What?
If they're super intent on just removing the bag of holding at this point, I think
Mhm.
Gil's literally just gonna cut his losses. Press the bag of holding as firmly as he can to make sure that the majority of the bottle is in the bag of holding. And he's gonna pierce it with one of his claws and just send it all to the fucking astral plane.
Oh my guys.
Okay. Okay. Oh fuck. Okay. So make an attack. I need to know if you beat the AC of the item or not.
Absolutely.
I gave this item an AC because I knew you might want to try to break it. Make an attack roll.
It's not great.
Okay. So You don't see this happen, so I'm gonna have to describe what's happening inside of the bag of holding. We go to the inside of the bag of holding, and there's a slam against the item.
Right when you said slam, I heard something just collapse somewhere, like something slammed on something.
Oh, hey, there's the potion. Oh no!
The hexahedron, so the 8-sided prism, shakes from the hit, and on top of it, there's a little black section that opens. And a red bead falls into the liquid and begins to bubble. Now I'm going to need you. I want to know. This is about to blow up.
Yep.
And you did not break it.
Yep.
So the acid is not going to flow into your bag of holding. It's going to be exploded. So what I need you to do is tell me this is a they would call it the box of doom roll on the fucking, anyway, doesn't matter. The point is I'm rolling a D100. High or low?
Let's go high.
Okay. Okay. Through the bag of holding, you feel the item begin to emit a crazy amount of heat. It begins to warm up at an incredible rate. I want you to tell me what you do as a reaction to the hissing sound and the thing warming up extremely fast. Also, you're still in the place where the door is about to close because you're holding the bag of holding. So you need to do something. What do you do? I'm not gonna say anything more. What does Gil do in this situation?
I think Gil's just gonna curse under his breath and is gonna do his best to just kind of dive back into the room. Probably try and take the closest person with him, which is basically the mother and child as far as I'm aware. So
yeah, okay. The door closes. The guy, the door begins to close, and you see that one of the black dragon-born looking people, they fell prone in the doorway.
mm-hmm.
So they start to scream as the door hits their hip and then continues to move, crunching, crickling, and then
Yeah, no, we got it.
Snap.
Yeah.
The lower part of this dragonborn is squeezed into the room and begins to bleed profusely. when you gave up, Gil, did you never mind. No, it's good. Inside of the glass item, which is the only thing holding the door is almost closed. There is a thin gap, but there is an item that is holding it open. But this item is in a bag of holding. Is it still in the bag of holding, or did you remove the bag of holding?
No, the bag of Gil leaves the bag of holding there. Like that's the whole point.
So the bag holding just kind of sinks further as the item is just being pushed into this area, and then the door falls closed.
Yeah.
And then there's
the whole point.
silence.
The whole point was to try and keep the item in the bag of holding so that it didn't get shattered against the door.
You hear a sizzling, and then there's a muffled and you see in a cone on the outside of basically the door is here in the center, and on a cone coming from the door and shooting through towards the wall is just cracks that just kind of break apart on the thick stone, and you see just kind of dripping from the cracks on your side this sizzling dark brackish yellow liquid that just kind of suffuses these cracks and begins to seep out. The door itself is not damaged, but the wall is severely cracked. But there is no direct path to the outside.
We basically.
However, you remember that there is a. Oh yeah, by the way, the guy who fell prone, he's fucking dead.
What?
He got bisected in half. He got bisected in half, and the other side of his body fell into the cloud of daggers. So he's fucking dead.
All right. So basically, I turned what was going to be a sphere explosion into a cone explosion out of the bag of holding. Cool. All right.
Yeah,
so,
basically. I made a roll. I asked high or low. One roll was going to just destroy the bag of holding and everything inside, and possibly cause some trouble with the astral plane, or you were transforming this bomb into a shape charge.
And
I
I
was going to just
turned it into a shape
shoot
charge.
out
Fair
from
enough.
your bag of holding.
Fair enough.
That was a good try. I really liked it. The one problem is that I'm gonna talk about it afterwards.
Yep.
But the item itself wasn't the only item. So if you had been able to close your bag of holding on the other side, or did something athletics related, I might have. But you just wanted to cover it, so
Yep.
50-50 chance
That's fine.
of things going good.
We're in a better position than
Alright.
we probably would have been.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. All right. Anyways, Hecate, you got her. Gil's just gonna kind of gesture to the woman who is severely injured.
I'm
Hey,
fine.
see,
I need healing, but thank you for opening the door. I
Don't thank
was
us yet. Now we've got to deal with these. And Gil just kind of glances at the cracks.
Hecate just kind of gives a nod as you said that, and just kind of does a little whistle, like. Yeah, I'm still trying to learn how to whistle, so I'm like,
Is that your healing
Yeah.
word? What do you do?
yeah, that's healing word.
Okay.
all right. Healing word.
Ah. He that's like his super quick healing word. He just does like a little
Whistle.
Yeah.
You whistle and you see just kind of the woman who is a fucking natural 20 death saving making throw Chad just kind of pulls the javelin out of her gut, and the wound closes, and she just kind of oh thank you. Thank you. It was you don't know how scared I was. And then she looks at the cracks and says, and then looks back at the wizard. You think we're safe? And the wizard looks and says, I don't know. This, I need to inspect the runes.
No,
And
you need to focus on the shield. That dragon is here, and it's here now.
She nods and goes back to the rune, and the rune, and you see the rune light up, and then the runic circle around the room flashes, and Gil, you see bisected by the cracks a section of runes that just flashes, and then the light of the ritual circle dims. And the wizard just kind of presses her hand to it and I'm trying, but I'm not. And then she looks around and sees the cracks going through the runes, and her expression just falls.
Okay,
And she
but like,
says, she looks around and says, what's important is not that I'm here. What's important is that I can offer my magic. If this is as dire as we think, and I can't do anything from here, the Black Moon wasn't out yet. We can maybe make it to N4 or N5. They're close by. We could chance it.
Is there any chance that we can repair these runes instead?
I know how to infuse the spell, but I don't know how to. I'm gonna try something. And she moves to the wall, and then tries to cast mending. These cracks are more than a foot in length, so the spell begins to work and fizzles out. I believe that's how it works. Am I wrong? I'm gonna double check mending.
I mean, it's vague as to, like, what happens if the crack is larger. It just kind of depends on the moment.
Out of
As
curiosity,
long as
what
the
are
break or tear is no larger than 1 foot in any direction.
Mm.
Yeah. She's going to try, but it's not a foot tall, but it's much more than a foot in length. So she's going to try to mend it, and there's going to be like a bit of like stone that rolls back into place, but then it's just going to fall back out. And she says, I can't fix it. The cracks are too big.
What were you saying, Min?
Well, I'm just kind of wondering, would it be possible with like my like runesmith kind of like stuff that like I use for like the guns and such? Would it be
You know
possible for me to do some kind of patch job here?
you do know the runic language that's used in ritual circles. It's necessary for your rune work. So roll your it's going to be a high DC, but roll your tools. And Tony, yes, you can bardic inspiration. You want a bardic inspiration, the mom?
I think the mage is what she
No,
was
I
referring
meant-
to.
I was talking about the wizard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that's sadly it's a limitation of the spell, not of the spellcaster.
Gotcha. Well, I'll give Bardic Inspiration to Herrick.
Alright. I'm gonna try something. I have no guarantee that this is going to work.
As Herrick's like getting set up, Hecate's is getting set up as like a cheerleader and all that shit.
Kind of extraneous
Hecate's just like,
circumstances at the moment.
Go, Herrick! Go, Herrick! You go.
Ah.
Alright, here we go!
Cool ability check.
Yo!
Holy shit! That's
Yo!
an actual 20!
Nice.
All right. So Herrick, you get down and begin to just kind of work on the
On the rune work.
on the runes,
Yeah.
and you begin to just kind of how you use your tools. So your tools are made to engrave in gemstones. So I'm gonna say that they would work for cutting into regular ass stones.
Yeah,
If they
it's
cut into
definitely hard
gemstones?
enough for stone and metal.
Okay, so you begin to just kind of cut into the thing, and then you see you Herrick works on this for like a good half hour, and you see the
The glyphs start to light up.
glyphs that are flashing weakly just kind of and the light comes back, and then you see the wizard presses her hand, and then you see the entire runic circle just kind of flush with light as she feeds the shield and begins to repair it. Not that it's damaged or anything.
Not yet, but better to have one more mage powering it than it isn't. Than not. Alright, that's one problem solved. We still need to seal the cracks before the black moon starts. Eric? I know you're doing a lot here, but might need some help with this.
All right. From the outside of the bunker, you hear a low boom, 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 and each drumming on the wall, you see more rocks shaking out of the cracks and tumbling down. Something is hitting this wall that is cracked and increasing the worsening the cracks.
Yep.
Look, I don't know what you want me to do about this skill. Like, most I can do is maybe freeze part of the wall, but I don't even know if that's gonna, like, help.
It worked before. And if it's worth anything, I might be able to help you with that.
To answer your question, Black, that has absolutely nothing to do with this. None. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm doing a lot of things right now, so.
It's better than nothing. Unless one of you has a good idea of how to seal this or repair it. Kind of glancing back at all the others. Getting no answer, so yeah.
Does the wall have any metal in it at all?
The door is metal, and there are metal braces on the wall to fortify it. Yes.
I was
But the
wondering
cracks
if
are in the
perhaps-
stone, right?
The cracks are in the stone.
Yeah.
I was gonna see, like, I could probably do heat metal on, like, whatever was hitting on the other side and make it stop, but I guess not.
Try to, like, weld it shut kind of vibe.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't need to. You need to see someone to cast heat metal on them, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
It has to be worked metal, I think, but
For heat metal? I don't think so.
bracings is worked metal, I think. I don't know.
Hmm.
I would need to double check.
Pretty sure it's
I'm
just
going
metal.
to double check something.
It doesn't matter. It's not applicable here, unfortunately. I was thinking the same thing, but I'm like, yeah, it's probably just in the stonework. So, let's try it at the very least.
Actually, there is one other potential thing I can do in addition to this.
Hmm?
I do have oil of slipperiness, and if you pour it out, it acts as grease for like 8 hours. So I don't know if I could like pour that into the cracks and just like also freeze the grease.
It's not a bad idea. It's worth a shot, I suppose. Kind of act as like a makeshift adhesive while it's cold.
Okay, I mean, you can try.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to roll something for me. Maybe some kind of. I mean, you don't have an ability check. What's your ability check for your? What's your breath weapon is based on your con, right?
I believe so.
So make me a thing that never happens. A con skill check.
And I am
You're
going
not
to give you
proficient in-
advantage as I am going to use my own Breath of the Dragon feature to, for the first time in God knows how long, have Gil breathe ice.
Breathe something other than fire.
Yeah.
Kinda like, ugh, this is horrible.
Yep. He can do
Now,
it. He just doesn't like it.
I'm gonna roll something. Gil, you do it, and you manage to help. I mean, here's the thing. We're gonna use the same rules as we've done before for the chase sequence. Roll, and if you beat a DC 10, you can add a 2 to his roll.
Sure. Would I roll my wisdom for my own breath weapon since that's what it scales off of?
Yep.
Yep. All right.
You roll your wisdom, and I'm gonna say, your breath weapon, using weird ass oil, and you're just breathing out. So I'm gonna say you're proficient,
Okay.
since it's literally your monk path.
So proficiency is just a 3. So, actually, I could just do perception for that then. Ooh. There we go. It's the same thing. Wow. Ah.
Nice.
So, do I like confer some sort of bonus in addition to advantage for that, or?
You know what? I'm gonna say you were rolling to help to add a +2. I'm gonna say you're adding a +4 to the roll for Herrick.
Cool.
All right.
I'm doubling your help. So Herrick, you're making an ability check with a +4
Yep.
Constitution saving throw,
Add a
plus
4.
your con. And I'm gonna say you watch Gil breathe out, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. I'm gonna let you be proficient in this because I'm kind like that. You're proficient in your breath weapon.
So,
So,
situational
con-
+7, basically.
All right. So con roll +7.
Not
Yeah.
one.
Motherfucker.
And then was this with advantage or was this just normal?
You roll normal with proficiency and with a +4. So situational bonus of +4. And it's a natural 20. I want to make it cool.
It is cool. It's ice breath.
Okay.
Ha.
You know what? You've made me groan. That's a win on your end. Roll with advantage.
Yeah! Let's go!
So 20?
No, I think he already added it.
Yeah, I already added the +4.
Oh, you already added the +4?
Yep.
What's your Constitution modifier?
Con is 3.
Okay, so you're also
Oh,
out
yeah,
of
no.
proficiency.
Yeah, you
bonus
didn't
of
add the
3.
proficiency
So
to
it
that.
should be a
Oh,
19.
yep. So that would be a 9 then.
Yeah.
19.
We are doing our fucking best to just freeze this shit. Seal it off. We'll freeze this whole fucking
Alright,
wall if we have to.
You both breathe out, and this freezing cold just kind of crickles and crackles, and it begins to fill the cracks on your end. However, you can still hear the slamming on the outside. You've won yourself time, but you've won yourself time, I'm gonna say. There's someone actively trying to break it.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm gonna say it, if it wasn't for the fact that there was one guy remaining alive outside and you'd killed all of them, this would be the end, and all my plans would have been for naught. But there's one guy left who is still alive. It's the guy that you commanded to get out, and the only damage he's taking is one pass through the cloud of daggers. So, you think you've got? Make me an intelligence check. Everyone, make me an intelligence check. Everyone who's interested in knowing how long this is going to last. Okay.
So are
Eric
you alive?
and Gil.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out why I'm not rolling intelligence when I click. Oh, there we go.
What's the intelligence for?
Figuring out how much
I'm
time
gonna
we
tell
have,
you one.
how much time we
Figure out how
got.
much time you have.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay,
You're like, you saw where the moon was. You saw where the moon was. When the door was opened, and you think that that this is going to hold. So if you this is going to hold until the black moon rises, and then it's going to depend on if this guy is not killed by the black moon or the things that live in its shadow, he's going to break the he's going to break um the wall enough that things are going to be able to seep in. But you've got about roll me 2d6. Roll me 2d6. I'm gonna make this a you've got about 6 minutes until the wall is broken, and maybe 5 or 4 until the moon arrives. I don't know what I did there. What did I do there? DM it to me.
Would you like to share with the class?
I might have the black moon for Halloween. that's what's happening here.
I. Would you like to share with the rest of the class?
Yes. I is just going to shout. It should hold to the black moon.
Why does it sound like there's a but?
She just looks to the side, whistles a bit of a tune, and it's just.
Now is not the time.
Maybe. Okay. Maybe like a minute into the moon, it probably is gonna break.
When the others saw it outside, it was just the 3 people, right?
As far as I'm aware, unless more about
As far as you're aware, these are the 3 people you saw. And one of you rolled a natural 20, but your characters don't know what the fuck you rolled, so you don't know if there's more people since or whatever. But you think so. That's what I'm going to say. You think so.
We'll let this guy keep pounding. What do you think the odds are they expect us to open it again at this point? They've already taken us by surprise.
It's not like we got any better options here.
Alright. Let's rush him. Get ready.
All right.
And then
So,
Yep.
Gil slams on the button to open the door, rushes to the door, slips out. You see the guy on the other side with a maul, and he slams it against the wall, and then he turns to you, and his eyes widen. He is very healthy. He's a very healthy boy. Well, this guy's fucking dead.
This guy's fucking dead. Yeah, he is.
This guy.
Gil just lunges at him like a fucking panther, just like.
All right.
It's just like, wait, you weren't supposed to come back outside.
Wait. I was supposed to go in there. You're not supposed to come here. Wait.
All right. Okay. So. Yeah, sure, Gil, make an attack roll. You took him by surprise. He's surprised.
Can I back Gil up in case he needs it?
I mean, I
You
told
can
everyone to be
100%
ready.
Follow Gil.
I told everyone to be
Everyone
ready.
should be ready.
Get him!
So you've got to get through this
Fuck him
guy's
up.
HP before his turn comes
Well, that's
around.
not a great roll. I assume a 13 misses. So,
13 misses, yes.
do we just get one attack, or do we get our full turn? Full action
You get your
economy?
full turn.
Cool.
Full turn. Especially since he's surprised.
How does a 14 look?
He raises the maul he's using and just kind of blocks your attack with it with the shaft. Like, Gah!
So
Or should I say, Gah!
So I just come at him with both claws. He raises a shield. I just slam into it with both claws. And then I'm just gonna try and roundhouse kick him around the side of the shield as I flurry of blows.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
There we go.
That hits.
There we go. That's better.
Do you have,
That's
do you have
much
strike
better.
yet?
I do. We could pump that into this as well. That's not a bad idea. Is that just one key point, focus point, whatever the fuck?
It's one focus point, yes.
Yeah, I'll do that. Why not?
And he gets a save, but no matter what, something happens. So I'm going to double check real quick.
Oh yeah, that is a thing from the new monk, huh? Basically, like, cuts into his action economy or something, I think. I can't remember exactly.
You make a con save. On a failed save, they're stunned. On a successful save,
Either
their
way.
speed is halved until the start
There
of your
we
next
go.
turn, and their next attack roll is made with disadvantage. No, the next attack roll against the target has advantage. So.
Oh no. Well, have fun with that, Herrick. Alright, so, 17 damage total to him, if you haven't marked the first one already. And,
I've marked the first one, but
and then, yeah, roll a con save for the Stunning Strike. I'll only use it once.
no, minus 6, War Boss, not minus 66.
Yeah, minus 66. Yeah, no, that's correct. Did he make the con save? Is he stunned? What happened?
He falls to his knee. And then he shakes his head and shakes it off.
Ah, bitch.
You have another attack, but you don't get
No,
multiple.
I got it. I got all my
strikes
attacks
anyway.
through. I'm done. That was
Okay.
Alright.
2 weapon attacks, 2 unarmed strikes.
Next attack has advantage, so Herrick, go
fun.
ahead.
Bonus action, moving the hex onto him.
Okay.
That's still up.
Oh, does that last an hour?
Yeah, X is like an hour base level.
Very nice. Yeah, fuck that guy up.
Alright.
With advantage.
Attack. One-handed.
Crit,
With
crit,
advantage.
crit. No. 25 still hits.
25 hits. 25 hits a lot. That hits a lot.
Yo, max hex.
Assuming he is still up, so
He's bloodied.
next attack.
Fuck him up. 20 probably
That
hits.
hits.
Damn. Oh my god!
Okay.
Is he still up?
He's bloodied. He's bloodied and again.
All right.
You can,
yeah.
you can-
I still got one more shot, boy.
Didn't you use your bonus action? You use your bonus
No, I
action
have
to move the hex, right?
Yes, but I have the Nick property or whatever it is. On
You're
the
so
block.
right. I forgot about that. You're so right.
You have the Nick
I'm so
property
bad.
and
I'm so
and
bad
dual
about the
wielder.
fucking weapon masteries.
okay.
I really
So,
need to learn the new rulebook so badly. Okay, well.
All right, roll the d6. Okay.
Does he get the kill or is it going to I?
Okay. So the black dragon
Mm-hmm.
going to look at you both, and then he's going to wince, and he's going to rear back and just go, and he's going to belch out this. Basically, what would be a 30-foot line of acid, but point blank against the wall. He's decided he was not going to survive this. So, Bunker, make a Constitution saving throw. I don't.
War boss.
Yes.
Can I potentially do something?
Do you want to jump in front of it?
Potentially,
I know
you
it's
can do
technically
something.
not how dodge step works, but
Can
my
you get in the
gosh.
way? You want to get in the way?
I want to get in the way.
Oh, wait a minute. Before you do anything, I do
Yes.
want to say, I want to roll something for someone. Okay. So the door is still only wide enough for a person to come through.
Mm-hmm.
But you all see, you hear a cracking of thunder, and this black cloud just kind of seeps out of the this black cloud just seeps out of the small gap and just kind of coalesces back into a horse that just kind of fucking rears back and makes the appears behind him and just whacks him with her
It's
her
fucking Peach with the
hooves.
steel chair!
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
Very stupid.
Tisha, can you remind me what Tisha's bonus to hit is?
I mean, just roll the d20 first and foremost. See if it even matters.
I rolled it physically.
Oh, okay.
I rolled it physically. I rolled a 9 on the dice, and they have 15 AC. So I need to know what their bonus is to
You
hit.
said you rolled a 9?
Plus 6 sounds about right.
Plus 6 is what she's got!
Yeah.
2d6
So
plus 4!
you see this guy rear back to breathe out, and then the smoke rushes out. Smoke rushes out of the gap in the door, forms into a vaguely horse-shaped cloud that then just slams their hooves into it, and he just goes. And he shoots his breath weapon towards the ground, splashes around as he just gets slammed into the wall. Just goes boom, and then falls back. His neck broken.
Alright. I'm gonna use another usage of my breath weapon to freeze the cracks on this side as well before dashing through back into the bunker.
Okay. All right. So you freeze this side. Okay. You look at this side, and on your side there's like cracks. On this side there's an entire section of the wall that's
Yeah.
just crumbled down because he was hammering in it with a maul. So it's not on this side. There's not exactly things you can. I mean, you don't think it would do much. On this
I'm
side.
still trying to just patch the tiny cracks that run all the way into the actual bunker.
Okay. High or low? I'm gonna.
High went so
What
well
do you
last
roll?
time. Why not go high again? Always bet on red. That's how it works,
Okay.
right, guys?
You breathe out your breath against the wall, and there's just kind of like a sheet of ice that on the other side, and
All right,
um,
that'll have to do for now. And Gil's gonna rush back through.
okay. Um. All right. So you rush back in, and I would like everyone. I'm gonna say everyone. Tish, roll perception. Natural one. Tish goes back into the fucking. Tish is done. She rolled a natural one.
We're
Fuck it.
all, we're all
you
rolling
guys
perception.
Roll perception. Everyone, roll perception.
I've got an expertise in
that?
perception. Why the hell am I not getting the good rolls?
Mm.
All right. Okay.
Probably
So
'cause you don't actually
as you rush back into the bunker, you look to the wall and you see a shape on the wall. I'm going to see if I can't show the shape. I mean, you guys have seen this before, I think.
Mm.
You don't see it in as much detail because you're pretty far away, but you see the shape of this armored figure on the top of the ramparts, surrounded by heaps which you think might be broken constructs,
Mhm.
and then you see a shadow just kind of move up and engulf the wall, and then keep slowly advancing. The shadow is moving into the city.
Out of time.
It's
Close the
just gone
door.
over the wall. You see rushing over the wall this cloud of shade, and I'm going to show players. Hopefully that means you're going to be able to show it to everyone.
Last time you did it, it worked. There it goes. Yep.
Oh, fuck that.
Yep.
Oh, fuck that.
Like I said, out of time. Close the fucking door.
That's a big old pile of nope.
Welcome to the shadow of the Black Moon,
giant,
everyone.
A giant horde of shadow wolves climbs like a wave above the wall and whoosh, swooshes into the city, beginning to move past through moving, splitting between the buildings. And as the door closes and locks shut, that's where we're gonna end session.
Yep. Yep. Oh. I should I even ask, is there even like anything left of the bag of hope?
Yes, your bag of holding is there.
Cool. I'll snag
The
it as we're
option was
dashing through.
the situation. The situation was either it blows up and destroys your bag of holding, or it blows up as a shaped charge and destroy the wall. I destroyed the wall. You
So
get
the
your
bag
bag
of
of
holding's
holding
still there.
back.
Yeah. I'm just gonna assume most of the stuff in the bag of holding is disintegrated the fuck though.
Do you have acid-proof stuff in the bag
I
of
don't
holding?
think so.
So for your knowledge, the item in question was stuck to the wall with a patch of sovereign glue.
Yeah, I figured.
Which requires solvent to be removed.
Yep.
But it does take it's impossible to remove once it's set, but it does take a
Full
minute
Yeah.
to stick. So I just had I set a DC to remove it before it actually sticks. But sadly this DC was not met.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the first roll was a 20, so it's pretty high. But all the same.
But it was also with a spell that has a limit of
That's
10.
fair. That's fair.
So I was like,
That's fair.
what I did was that the next check was gonna have a +5 to break it, but you didn't. No one else attempted to move it. You did your thing with your.
Yeah.
You would have had a DC 15 to do it with Gil. But you decided to do the
Not
the bag of
super
bag of
likely,
holding,
but possible.
You decided to do the bag of holding thing, which
Anyways,
was very fun.
I'm just gonna erase everything out of the bag of holding real quick. Don't mind me. Unidentified equipment. It's gonna stay unidentified.
You've officially seen one
Torches?
of my
Nope.
one of my sheets that I made for
There
this,
go all the
which is called the
rations.
Shadow Knight.
A water
I'm gonna
skin.
I'm,
Ooh,
I'm
that
gonna
would've been
I'm gonna
handy.
for
Bye.
the sake of
Oh,
me
no, my
being a
rope.
bitch, I almost wanted to drop the Shadow Knight on the map, but then I know I have a tendency to spoil my own things. So because I'm happy about it and I want to talk about it, so I'm just not going to drop the Shadow Knight.
I do have one thing I was keeping in the bag of holding that someone's probably gonna be happy about. There goes the horn.
I is free. The horn is no more.
Woo! Yeah, he's gonna need to get another one of those at some point.
What if Hecate just gets one for him?
Sounds like something we're gonna have to deal with after we get through this siege. All things considered,
Could have gone worse.
it certainly could have gone worse.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did have plans for a skill challenge sequence to get to another bunker, and I had plans for the different hazards that we were gonna have to place. But you decided to bunker down in your bunker, so bunker down you shall.
I fucking earned it that 20.
I mean,
Yep.
I have an entire campaign to set you in a situation where you have to be outside when the black moon happens. If it doesn't happen this time around, it doesn't happen this time around.
We are level 5. We are not dealing with that shit. Are you kidding? We are level 5.
Well, I mean, the point was the idea was to have you outside and be forced to run, to have to feel the pressure. But you've bunkered.
We already feel the pressure. We've dealt with what happens when there's a tiny hairline fracture in a wall.
Yeah, this time it's not tiny, and it's definitely not a hairline fracture. So, you're safer than you would be otherwise, but you're safer than you would be outside.
Yep.
Let's say
And
that.
hopefully dealing with that one guy gives us more time with the ice, so maybe we'll get a short rest in before things start seeping in.
Well,
I don't
technically,
fucking know.
as far as I'm aware, the half dragons get their short rest back every minute.
What?
Not the short rest. They get their breath weapon back at a minute. Your breath
so
weapon. No, never mind. I might be
Not
wrong
half
about
dragons.
that might be the secret. The secret dragon get their.
Oh,
What is
how nice for the secret dragons. How nice for them.
Yeah.
Sure would be nice.
Not exactly a secret anymore.
It's also not exactly a secret dragon. I'm a sealed dragon. I can't just do that. I have to go into my dragon form to use it, and I can't do that.
Well, you
also,
I'm
just
technically
fire,
you can.
So like,
it just costs you 3 exhaustion.
Oh, just 3 exhaustion.
Yeah, exactly.
Just 3 exhaustion. That's fine.
Just 3 exhaustion. Just 3.
Complete tangent that I'm gonna bring up after session.
No, you don't level up. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Aww.
Blank levels up. He goes from level 0 to 0.
But here's the real question: will we level up after the Black Moon?
Well, originally the idea was that you were going to level up at the end of the arc, but I made you level up mid-arc for fun, so probably not.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be.
It depends.
Probably gonna be
like,
a bit before we hit another level.
That's fair.
Let's say I.
This is a conversation we can have later. For now.
No. Let me finish. Let's say if you'd gone out and actively been in the Black Moon, I would have considered this maybe enough experience for you to level up. But
no, you missed out. I think we're good. I don't think we need to risk that shit. I think we're good.
If you're just going to bunker in and stuff. I'm kidding.
Yeah, how dare we be safe and want to try and protect one of the mages keeping the force field online that's protecting us from an ancient black dragon? How dare we do that?
How dare you?
How dare we? Alright, anyways.
How dare you ruin my plans for me to make your life hell? Anyway, what that means, people watching, if there are any, is that originally I was kind of sad. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the Black Moon session, and it's going to be 1 week before Halloween. Guess the fuck what? We're doing the Black Moon stuff on Halloween week. Fuck you.
Pretty much, yeah.
We're doing it on Halloween.
Yeah, basically.
Honestly, you guys rolled too well for me to bullshit my way into having you deal with the Black Moon. You rolled too well on all your ideas.
We're still gonna deal with it, I'm sure.
Well, you're gonna deal with it, but you're not going to have to run and escape the Shadow Knight. That's not what's going to happen. But like the natural 20 on the runes check is so fucking clutch.
So good.
Jesus Christ.
So good.
I was giving you one situation after the other where you might have to leave the bunker to keep working, and you just kept fixing every situation one after the other. Jesus Christ. I have to give it to you by now. It's otherwise I'm not being fair.
Well, oiled machine, baby.
To be fair, I did not expect that. I did not expect that roll to work.
It was very good.
But yeah,
So yeah, we will we'll see you all next week for the Halloween special, apparently, where we're gonna be dealing with the Black Moon.
I don't know what to do with the Halloween special, my dude.
Until then,
you got a week to figure it out.
Let's just say that things happened this session that took my plans and just went. Brrr! Just fucking get the other way.
Oh no. Anyways.
Oh no. Anyway,
Take
that,
care.
that means I'm gonna have to
Could have
rethink a
run
few
last
things.
week anyways.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm happy that I had a week to think over things because, I thought about a lot of the logic of this, and it's still going to make sense in a way, that I wouldn't have had enough obstacle to put in your way today for you to overcome and break my plans. But it's nice that I had cool obstacles and cool things to
Yeah.
set up. Especially my my acid bomb would have beat a fireball inside. Would have been so bad if you hadn't succeeded. It would have been fucking Jesus Christ. Basically the idea was that if the door closed on it, it would have made a hole in the wall.
Yeah, I figured.
Like literally. It
Literally,
wouldn't
yeah.
have been cracks. It would have been a straight up hole. Like a whoom.
Yep, that's basically what I was figuring.
But yeah, there's still acid in the cracks.
Mm-hmm.
There's oil in the cracks. There's acid in the cracks. There's ice in the cracks. I don't know how I'm going to run this, but I
On
feel...
the bright side, if there's acid in the cracks, whatever shadow creature tries to get through the cracks
All
is
right.
gonna have to deal with
Bye,
that shit. So,
Tony.
yeah, no, that's a good point as any. So, thank you all so very much for stopping by. Take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you the next session.